Could you please share what is your fee structure? Chris, maybe you want to take this?
Right. So firstly, Providend, we are a fee for service fund, 100% fee. So we are not paid by product providers. We don't take commissions at all, zero. The instruments that we use, no trailers, nothing, right? So the only people that pay us would be the clients. So we have three, our fee structure is very transparent, it's very simple. They are just three fees. Firstly, it will be the one-time advisory fee. Now, the one-time advisory fee will depend on the work that you require us to do, right? But I would say that if you come in for holistic retirement planning using retire well methodology, we also take a look at the risk management aspect, your insurance, right? The planning fee will be about $5,000. Now, of course, if you have got other needs like legacy planning, you need to set up a trust and things like that, then, well, additional fees will be involved. And sometimes this fee doesn't even come to us. We facilitate the conversation, but you go to the law firm and you set up a trust, or you go to a corporate trust, you set up a trust, you go to a law firm to take a look at the trust deed and all that. So that's the one-time fee for the initial advice and to set up the whole, write the plan and all that. Now, I wish I have time to show you our entire process. Actually, it takes about 2 months to complete the initial work for you. We do pretty thorough work, right? So that's the first. Second, when you execute an investment, there is an implementation fee, and that depends on the size of the investment. But the most important, that's also one time, but the only one that's recurring, and that's why I show you this chart, which is important, is what we call the ongoing fee. Is the fee for us to carry out beyond lifelong conversation, investment management, and all that. So I'm going to show you very quickly. Yeah, so for us to have a successful investment experience and for you to get a steady stream of income, it is very important for us to have those crucial conversations with you and the advice and the support lifelong to make important life financial investment decision, right? So you will see this whole, let me change to my laser pointer. This whole chunk here, so it will include your lifelong conversations with advisor to establish important relationship, set and quantify meaningful life goals, so on and so forth. That actually takes one meeting, and on an ongoing basis, that discussion goes on because your life is not static. It changes even in retirement, right? And lifelong conversation with advisors to make necessary changes to your plan. Lifelong conversation with advisors to continually assess your ability to take risks, because along the way, your ability to take risks may be high now, but as you go, into retirement, sometimes certain things have changed, and then we need to tweak your plan. The plan is not static. At least a minimum annual progress meeting with advisor to ensure the plan is on track. Working with advisors to tweak the cash flows or withdrawal plan. Working with advisors to execute crisis management plan. Now, what is this crisis management plan? Now, this year we've executed once. So when your investment becomes volatile, like now, and the market drops down to a certain percentage, the first trigger for us is 10% from the peak. We execute a whole set of procedures basically to make sure that you are able to weather through this difficult period. I mean, it would be disastrous if in a very volatile period, our clients panic sell, right? And just, I think 2 weeks ago, we did an ad hoc webinar because the markets was very volatile, to hold their hands, to assure them, things like that, right? So it's a set of procedures that we carry out, and we do that throughout our relationship with our clients. And of course, lifelong conversation, clients come to us with products, complex products. Sometimes the banks try and push to them. And then they actually come to us to help, and we help them demystify the plan, right? And then, of course, in order for us to have a good investment experience, we need to execute the investment. And so there's an investment plan, asset allocation, curating the instruments, we execute. And then there's performance reporting, monitoring of these instruments. Instruments may be good now, but a few years later, things may have changed. And so we may need to change it, and rebalancing the asset allocation and, like I say, change instrument. Now, of course, if you do this on your own, right, you obviously cannot carry out that lifelong conversations with yourselves. It's very difficult, right? And for DIY investors, usually they use an online brokerage. These are the online brokerage will do these two things for you. right? If you use a Robo-Advisor, or some call themselves a digital advisor, whatever they call themselves, right? The Robo and a digital advisor is really good for this. Okay? It's really an execution platform. You do it yourself. You don't do all the above, right? But for Providend, we do everything. So we start from the lifelong conversation through all the execution. Now, how much do you pay for Robos? On average, I would say, well, it depends on how much you invest, but well, from what I see, maybe 0.5, 0.6%. For Providend, on average, across the buckets, I would say on average, it will be about 0.8%, right? So that is the third fee, the recurring 0.8. And you will realize that when I put this down, actually the DIY and the digital way, if you look at it, it's actually pretty expensive.